It's Michael here. And if you're sending thousands of cold emails with the meetings booked, or spending hours on LinkedIn with no real results, and you're wondering why so little people reply to you, then you're probably stuck using 2020 lead generation strategies. I'm here to tell you that your lead list is not the problem, deliverability probably isn't the problem either, and even your offer likely isn't the issue. But like most people, you're reaching out to prospects at the wrong time. So let's dive in and see how you can use advanced sales intelligence to spot prospects exactly when they experience your problem so you can reach out with a much higher contact to book ratio. And guys, everything basically it's based on this, I guess. Everybody is stuck here, okay? The old way versus the new way of doing the things, basically. The old way is what we are used to be, right? Old way is like, okay, we actually build a lead list. Like, I don't know, I'm selling to, I don't know, all the dentists in Manhattan or whatever. And okay, I map all of them. I basically build my cold acquisition system, usually by cold emails or maybe with a cold caller and phone numbers, etc. And basically, you hit all the list with a specific message, offer, value proposition, lead magnet, etc., etc. And you try to book a meeting. And then you're like disappointed when you're actually getting 2% of people who actually reply. But if you think about it, it's normal. Even if your list is amazing, even if your offer is amazing, even if deliverability is perfect, when you contact dentists, there's only a very small percentage of dentists that is interested in what you're selling, right? For example, I don't know, you're selling growth services to dentists, okay? And there are like, I don't know, 8,000 dentists in Manhattan or whatever, right? In that group of 1,000 dentists, okay? Let me make this here. In this big group of dentists, okay, there's only a very small subgroup of people interested in growth, right? Because maybe some dentists are simply not interested at all in growing, or people are simply using another provider, or people just had like a very bad month, they have no cash at all, okay? So you're always speaking to a sub-list of this. And this is when the new way comes out, basically. The new way is I still build the list, in this case of all the dentists in Manhattan, and then basically I keep track and I monitor using sales intelligence tools like Clay.com all the entire TAM. And for TAM, which is this word, I mean the list of all the domains of companies you can sell to, which is probably one of the best exercises you can actually make to create a very powerful business development motion, basically. Okay? And basically, you can actually start thinking very hard about your market, and especially when what you're offering becomes powerful. Okay? Or becomes like exactly the moment where it's very likely that they will perceive that problem that can be solved through your offer. For example, a new product launch, an M&A, new store opening, new product launch, whatever. For example, I can sell growth when they actually, there's a new product launch. Why? Because they need to sell that product, right? Or they have an M&A and they have to prove that the M&A actually made sense, etc., etc. Okay? So let's see how to build on Clay.com this new way of actually doing the outreach, how to put it in autopilot, and why it's so powerful in many situations, and what are the limitations, and why I really think is probably one of the best, probably the best lead generation strategy in 2025, especially in a world that is full of cold messages. I think being extremely relevant, and especially omni-channel in this way, can really move the needle, okay? Especially if you sell to a market that is not huge and you sell something that is pretty expensive, okay? So how to build this on Clay.com? This is a channel about Clay.com and sales intelligence, I guess. If you don't know what Clay.com is, check the other videos. Clay.com is probably one of the most sophisticated sales operation tool out there. You can basically track entire markets, apply signals, and do cold outreach, personalize messages at scale, etc., etc. Okay. So first of all, this flow is divided into two, table A and table B. Let's start with table A. In this case, basically what I did was just importing some companies manually. I just imported public companies from the United States, so it's a very easy import to do. Okay. You get all of them here. So you can see they are just like the most famous companies out there. It's just an example, but just to let you know. And okay, basically what I'm doing here is, this is just the standard import of Clay. What you can do is, starting from today's date, we can actually get signals in the last 30 days or whatever. Everything is about using ClayAgent to actually get signals from the web, like given, name, domain. Please try to understand if this company did some acquisition or M&A in the past 6 months or 30 days or whatever. Today is you actually have to put the date because ClayAgent is not good enough, or GPT is not good enough to actually understand what is the date out today. And there's a trick which is, given today's website, please try to understand today's data, return it in this format. There's a website which is called calendarday.com that basically every day tells you what is the date, and this is probably one of the best way to actually get the exact date of today. Okay, at the moment of recording is November 8th. So ClayAgent basically find November 8th everywhere. Okay, so we can say at scale, given name and company domain, please try to understand signal in the last 6 months starting from the date. Okay, and here basically you can substitute any kind of signal that you have in mind. In this case was M&A and acquisition. I ran it and I actually get true or false of all the companies who actually did some acquisitions. If it is true, so that you have some acquisition, like Google did some acquisitions, okay, then add everything to another table. Okay, if it is not, it is false and nothing happened. Okay, and what you can do here is you can map all the TAM of all the companies in your field. You add a signal, and you can actually put these last 5 columns on autopilot. You can click on this gear or engine icon. You can say blah blah blah, rerun columns on a schedule. You put it on. You select the signal table, the today's date table, the one that gets the date, and the right order column table, and you run it. Yeah, in this case, not daily, but we can say it every month, save changes, and we can go here and we say in the past 30 days. Okay? And this will work on autopilot, basically. So it will refresh every 30 days, checking for new M&As. If new M&As happen, they will be sent into another table, which is table B. And in table B, basically from the domains, we can actually get the people. From the people, we can get only the relevant decision makers. We can only get the emails. We can get the phone numbers, maybe sending a gift, maybe sending direct mail, maybe sending whatever, because it's super high intent. Something specifically happened in those accounts. So I really want my account executives or SDRs to actually prospect on the channel. Okay? And this, you can save this as a template if you want. Save as a template. And if you want to change the signal, like let's say that instead of new stores, instead of M&A, you want to say like new stores or a lawsuit or very big, like they fired a lot of people, okay, a very big laid off of people, or whatever you have in mind. Please try to understand this company opened new retail stores in the last 6 months. Say I run 10 rows or run all the rows. As you can see, with literally one click, so it took me like, I don't know, 30 seconds, you can actually change the signal so that you actually have like a complete signal platform with justclay.com. And usually this kind of feature is very expensive. other intent signals providers, softwares are actually very expensive. They cost like 6 figures, like 6 cents. Okay, while here you can literally build it for a couple of dollars if you have the Clay subscription, which is like $300. Okay, and same, we'll actually send everything here. And this is how it works, guy. I hope it was helpful, basically. And if you check the first link in the description, you can actually download my best Clay and go-to-market engineering free trainings. You have a lot of flows that you can copy and paste, and you can apply to work with me. I can train you in becoming a go-to-market engineer with guaranteed clients, and or if you're a B2B company, we can actually work together to actually generate pipeline and create, install client acquisition systems. Guys, thanks so much. I hope it was helpful. You can replicate this flow with your own theme and your own signal. You need 2 tables. You can build it exactly in the way that I build it. If you have a problem, you can reach out on LinkedIn. I will help you. And thanks so much. See you in the next video.